studio in Taipei, and this is the third Hong Kong eSports tournament. We're getting ready for the finals now, which will be a best of 7 between Leenock and Parting.
Yeah, this is awesome. Leenock and Parting.
Yep, should be really good. That's an old school matchup. And I'm Veld, and this is Alpha.
Yeah, I'm
Alpha's
Alpha.
been a staple in the Taiwanese scene for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty new to the Taiwanese scene. This is my first live event casting, actually. I'm actually, I coach now for Team HKEST, which is a Norwegian team.
How do you like it?
I enjoy it.
event.
I used to play a lot more. I
Yeah.
used to play a lot more, but now it's really difficult to keep on top. So I
Are
coach.
you nervous right now? Because we're actually having a glass in front of us, and everyone's walking.
There's people walking by. It feels like a zoo, actually. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm not really that nervous. It's casting. I'm having sort of trouble with certain things like looking into the camera. It feels unnatural for me, so I look away a lot. But I'll try my best to look into the camera as much as possible. But no, aside from that, I'm having a great time. It's a well-run tournament. Players are solid. Production's great. Overall, it's all right. I'm having a good time. Yeah. So we're going into there's no bans. It's basically just the map picks soon, and Leenock will get first pick. They should be starting relatively soon.
Yeah, I think they're going to do some players introductions.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Before the
So
game starts?
probably see that relatively shortly. How about you? Have you been playing very much recently, or have StarCraft or?
Yeah, I'm still playing StarCraft, but
Yeah?
not like when StarCraft first come out, you know.
Yeah,
But
everyone was playing
at
a
that
lot
time.
more.
I don't have a what do you call that? Full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I was a
after you have a
student.
full-time job, you don't really have the time to play it.
Yeah, I was a student when StarCraft, when I first started playing seriously. That was a strange camera shot to the crowd that lasted about 5 seconds. But yeah, no, I haven't been playing that much recently. I mainly just do customs with, like I said, I do coaching now, so I coach players on the team. So it's mostly customs. I don't play any ladder anymore. It doesn't help that my house has terrible internet for the ladder, so I can't play without like 10 spikes per minute. But yeah, no. Overall, it's pretty good, and probably going to get back into content production now with Team HKEST, which is the client that I play for, play with. So that'll be good. Anyway, we're going back into the band picks now. Let's see. Well, I say band picks. It's just the picks.
Yeah, just
Okay.
the picks.
So
Okay.
it's.
I think Parting is going to. Oh no. Leenock is going to pick first, right?
Yeah, Leenock gets the first pick here.
Okay, so what do you think?
I really wouldn't know. We'd have to see what
Yeah,
what
but
they've got
at
planned.
least they're not going to pick Infernal Pools, right? Oh well, maybe
You
they'll
would-
save it for the last.
You know, I'm not sure. I think Parting might be okay on Infernal Pools because
really?
because he's so strong with his 2 base pushes. Maybe
Oh yeah, but
maybe
the
he would
two-base
be
pushes
okay with
isn't
that.
good on that map as well because it's so wide open.
only if you get cross. But if you get cross, I mean, Parting is a player that's super solid in macro games too. Parting definitely wants that map earlier than Leenock does. Leenock doesn't want to play that map at all. So Leenock picks Expedition Lost game 1. Parting picks Echo for game 2.
Oh,
Leenock picks Inferno Pools.
wow, that's
Interesting.
surprising.
Okay. So, Expedition Lost is pretty cool for Leenock because he's got two sort of he's got one tendency, and there is sort of one sort of shift in the metagame now for Expedition Lost. Leenock's tendency is he likes to take the gold bases. He tends to enjoy doing that. He feels comfortable playing out of them. And the second thing is there is that backdoor sort of hatchery, proxy hatch build on Expedition Lost that Dark's been doing a lot of. So maybe that's why Leenock takes Expedition Lost game 1. Parting taking Echo game 2, pretty standard. Echo is a build that you can't really be broken on. Sorry, Echo is not a build. Echo is a map that you can't really be broken on as a Protoss player. It's pretty safe overall. Very easy to hold 3 base on that map. Inferno Pools, I have no idea why Leenock would have picked Inferno Pools. We've got the map list
me
here.
too.
We've got it off screen. I don't know why Leenock would have picked Inferno Pools there.
Yeah,
Cactus Valley game 4. That's Parting's pick. Parting, as we saw in the round of 16 and round of 8, he likes doing the actually it was just in the round of 16, but he does have that cannon rush build on that map.
that's right.
And it's super strong because you wall off and then you can squeeze through. He's got that build, so that's really
I
really
think
solid.
Leenock actually knows he's going
I mean,
to do
you
that,
kind of
right?
have to,
They're
but
in
what
the
do you
same
do?
team.
But what do you do to hold it, right?
I don't know. Maybe you pull
Patrol
a drone
move,
and
maybe. I don't know. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Try to block their
Maybe it seems
pylon or something.
seems pretty solid. But I mean, if we know about it, Leenock definitely knows about it.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, and then we've got Cactus Valley game 4. Map 5 is Iron Fortress, picked by Leenock. No real surprises there. It's a map where it's very, very difficult to take a third base as a Protoss player. So not really surprised that Leenock would want to play on that map as a next pick. Varney for Parting for map 6. Pretty safe, solid. I mean, you can get to 3 bases pretty easily on that map. I mean, Parting with his strengths and sort of almost no weaknesses tends to be a player that I think he'd be happy on any map. And then Coda for the last game. I wonder if we'll get to that map 7. I'm not sure. Parting's looking really strong. I really, really hope so. Yeah. Like I said, Parting fell in GSL to Biel recently, and Biel was doing the type of play that Leenock is definitely capable of doing. Biel did early Spiegling builds, 13-13s, 14-14s, basically just pulled Parting apart. Parting literally just fell apart. Like, he was making mistakes that Masters players don't make. He was making mistakes like not hold positioning his Zealot in the wall. He was doing things like not SimCitying his wall properly, things that a player like Parting does perfectly every single time, but he just messed up there. So if he's not on point, maybe we could see Leenock sort of pull him apart the same way Biel did. But Parting is a player that can just sort of turn on and go into kill mode, and his execution is basically the best in the world. He's sort of like MC. Remember people used to say about MC that MC is a player that knows how to win. Like, he just does things to win very, very well. Nothing. Anyway, we'll go into game 1 now. Alpha, why don't you introduce the players?
Okay, so the red Protoss on the upper right. It is Yoi Flashwolves Parting. Look at the Samson nerd.
Look at him, that coat.
Yeah, and we have the blue Zerg. On the bottom left, it is Yoi Flashwolves Leenock.
So it's a Flash Wolves versus Flash Wolves game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leenock take a gold base here, really.
I think more and more strategies. Zerg's like
Leenock especially has been favouring taking the gold bases recently. He did it against Hurricane and Zest, I think, in the recent. He might not have done it against Zest, but he did it against Hurricane for sure. Yeah, I think we can very well see that. We'll know very, very shortly. But as I was saying before, and sort of the picture for Parting, the picture that he took for this event with him with his coat basically sums it all up. He is sort of like the new MC in a way. Like, he's very, very confident, and he just executes so well. I mean, MC was someone who could, he didn't have strengths. Like, for instance, we think of Rainish as being super solid macro and defensive. MC didn't have sort of tangible strengths like that, but he just knew how to win. And I think Parting saw the same way, like except that he doesn't have weaknesses. He's just he just has, he's a really, really solid player, and he can execute better than anyone. Leenock is taking that gold. Leenock's going for the gold.
Yeah.
I'm calling. Yeah.
We see that drone going out.
Yeah, that's not a scouting drone. That is a gold drone.
Yeah, that's not a scouting drone.
The hatchery is down. We can't see because we're looking apart, and that is the gold base. Okay.
Yeah.
So Leenock did this against, I believe it was Hurricane. Now this is an interesting thing. Parting has played against this before. Now, on this map, if you look at the gold base here, it's actually pretty narrow between the Vespine Geyser and that sort of crevasse in the middle of the map. So a player like Parting, with force fields as good as his, he can actually force field that off and just segment off chunks of the army quite effectively there.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be up to Leenock to see if he can hold that base.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Parting is going to wait for those sentries coming out, because in my perspective, I think he's going for the 4K push onto that full base.
It's possible. I don't think so, because usually you would do that push in response to a hatch into pool, but Leenock is going to have 4 lanes out on the map already, or 2 lanes out on the map already. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think it's much better for Parting to sort of wait on 2 base, get his 2 base completely set up, and then go for like a Blinkstalker Sentry attack on the gold.
I think you might be right, because I see that Parting is not saving his chrono boost.
No, yeah, he's definitely not going for a 4-gate. That early 4-gate against the gold, it's kind of flippy. I don't know if it... I don't know. I probably, if I was someone like Parting that had the strengths that he had, I'd be much more confident doing an attack later on with a lot more sort of sentries. Wow, that is a loud mothership call. The live audience, that is a very, very loud mothership call. Okay, so yep, we see Leenock getting the speed. I think we're going to see him go for a lair with Roach, Warren, and an Evo Chamber. That's what he's been doing in his more recent games in the past couple of weeks. Well, I say recent. I guess it was in April, end of April, when I saw him do this. So we'll see. Actually, let me check my notes.
Oh, actually, it's going to be a Stargate for Parting.
Stargate? That's interesting. Yeah, it was in late April in the SSL where Leenock played Hurricane and Zest.
Yeah, I'm wondering how is Parting going to utilize this? Because usually if he's going for a Stargate, that means he's going to get a third base pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, a player like Parting has a wide variety of things he can do to utilize that Stargate. He can use the Phoenix for sure, go for the Oracle. We're just going to have to see what he does here. Possible that you could go for an Oracle, actually. But Leenock...
That might be the best choice.
Leenock with all those links. Okay. Leenock's going for a big attack. He's just going to try and bust down. And this is going to go really well for him because there's no sentries out for Parting. And he sees the speed now. Is he going to recall? If he recalls, he doesn't have he doesn't have an overcharge now.
Yeah, he doesn't have the overcharge.
Okay.
Oh, that was close.
Okay. So Leenock's going to be able to just throw units at this wall for a while. Going to force Parting to build a lot more in that Sim City. That's really, really ugly for Parting to build there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these units aren't doing enough damage. Is Leenock just going to break through? What? I mean, so one sentry, he could feasibly...
He only has one gate right now. And 2 gates right now, but...
Is that sentry in range to force field?
Oh!
Oh, okay.
That was close.
He actually didn't need to put... Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
Is
that
Leenock
recall did it...
Good lord, okay, Leenock.
Yeah,
okay.
no photon overcharge right now. That is really, really crucial.
Yeah, that recall I think was a bad idea. That is so good, though, that SimCity for Parting. And he comes out ahead of that. He comes out of that with a supply lead.
Yeah.
Okay, Parting finds a way to make it work. So we see the lair for Leenock as a follow-up taking... if that had been denied, that would have been really, really painful for Leenock.
Okay,
this Oracle is going to get like 7 kills if it's micro correctly.
Usually.
4, 5, 6, 7. Check.
And
Get out of there. 8.
8. Okay.
Parting always overachieving. Yeah, Leenock is behind from there. He threw a lot of lings at that wall and they did not do much. I would have really liked to see in that attack if he just split off 3 lings to try and start working on those backdoor rocks in Parting's main.
Oh yeah, that would be beautiful.
I think that would have been good because those 3 lings aren't really doing that much more in the natural. I feel like if he could have saved just a few to start working on those rocks, but you know, it's easy for me to say that sat at the caster's desk, not having to play against Parting.
Do you think Leenock is going to come back because of the gold base? If he doesn't have the gold base, I think he's not going to come back.
If he doesn't have the gold base, he's lost.
Yeah.
With the gold base, I think he's almost lost because what we're going to see from Parting is a strong push now.
Oh, wait a minute. He canceled the second base. Leenock just canceled the second base. Why did he do that?
Because he needs to have units to hold this push, maybe?
Maybe, but
I think it's a terrible decision either way. Those lings are out of position.
He needs that third base.
So I don't like those lings. We saw on the minimap those lings were actually at the...
oh, he's going for a surround.
Yeah.
But there
maybe.
will be so many
with the surround. And, okay, so oracles do horrible things to lings. Like, oracles perpetrate war crimes on lings. It's disgusting what oracles can do to them. So,
and look at that wall off.
Yeah, this is rough.
Nothing he can do.
Yeah, nothing he can do. And I bet Leenock now is wishing that he had that natural to run back to.
Oh, here comes some Hydras. But but there's not enough to defend right now.
So now imagine if Leenock left that natural to go up there. He would have a natural to run back to. He could sacrifice this base. He's already gotten a lot of mining out of it.
That's right. Why did he cancel? I don't think.
I think he was just trying to be a little bit too tricky there. Against a player like Parting, you can sort of be tricky to a certain extent, but I don't know. Like that cancel really put him far behind.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, Parting just plays. Parting sort of dominated that first game. Actually, he played super solid.
It really come down to that wall off.
Yeah, and
the
that
second
was
base.
sort of the opposite of how he looked against Biol. I mean, when he played against Biol, he looked really, really lost against early lings. The wall-off wasn't good. Units weren't in place. Everything just looked wrong. Everything that game looked right. Parting did everything right that game. His Sim City was impeccable. He did the best sort of crisis management that I've seen out of a Protoss in a long while.